Do you know how this fighter got such a hematoma? Or why Muhammad Ali is called legendary? Perhaps you heard about the incredible promise of the boxer to his mother? In this video, I will tell you 5 stories that shocked the boxing world. On the 1st of June, 2002, a very significant boxing fight took place. Its heroes were American heavyweight legends, the formidable Hazem Rahman and Evander Holyfield. However, at that moment, both boxers were on a slight decline. Rahman lost in a rematch to Lennox Lewis, and Holyfield failed to regain the WBA title taken away by John Ruiz. Holyfield was considered the favorite for the fight, although his opponent was 10 years younger. Rahman was indeed a talented athlete, but Evander rightly carried the status of a boxing genius despite his recent setbacks. Rahman fought hard, tried to attack with power punches, but Holyfield was faster and more powerful. His opponent's famous dirty boxing caused him a lot of problems. Starting from the first round, the boxers were constantly clashing heads. Holyfield is used to such accidents, but his opponent was soon injured. A hematoma above Rahman's left eye appeared in about the 4th or 5th round and began to grow rapidly as the boxers continued to bump their heads into each other. The swelling became more and more threatening. During the breaks, the corner men tried to do something about the injury, but it was all in vain. In the middle of the 8th round, the referee stopped the fight and asked for a doctor's consultation. The hematoma looked too gruesome.
Yeah, you can feel it on your head. You get those things like that, it irritates you good.
That is one of the most grotesque things I've ever seen on a prize fight.
Rahman was eager to fight, but when talking to the doctor, he had to admit that everything was blurred in front of his eyes, and he could hardly see his opponent. Then the referee stopped the fight, and Evander Holyfield became the winner by decision, who paid for his dirty boxing in the following story. The most scandalous fight in the history of boxing took place in Las Vegas. Its participants were great athletes, Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. It was the second fight between the two American heavyweights. 6 months earlier, Holyfield took away from Iron Mike's WBA title, winning by technical knockout in the 11th round. The result was highly controversial due to Evander's dirty boxing. A rematch was imminent. The excitement around the fight was incredible. All 16,000 tickets were sold out in a few hours, and the broadcast was bought by almost 2 million people. The boxers tried not to disappoint the public, starting to actively exchange blows from the first seconds. Tyson traditionally relied on power. Holyfield was perfectly able to counterattack. Alas, Evander was just as willing to use his favorite tricks, such as head kicks and arm twists. At the start of the second round, Iron Mike had an open dissection, so successful was his opponent's use of his stone head. Then Holyfield simply hung with all his weight on the challenger, who began to complain to the referee. However, Mills Lane did not react in any way. That only motivated Tyson, and in the 3rd round, he rushed forward with a hail of punches that did a good job of penetrating Evander's defense.
He gives him an airful. Back comes Tyson on the belt. Tyson with a short left hook to the head of Holyfield. A right hand by Mike Tyson.
Holyfield's reaction was expected. He went back into the clinch while not giving up his attempts to body slam his opponent. Enraged, Tyson lost control of himself. He sank his teeth into his opponent's right ear.
Evander Holyfield, look out, he's pushed right here, above us by Tyson.
He's got bit in the ear.
Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by...
Despite the blood and Holyfield's complaints, the fight was continued. The referee limited himself to removing 2 points from Tyson, and then Evander again hit his opponent with his head, hitting him exactly in the eyebrow. The furious Tyson responded by grabbing his ear, but now on his left ear. Evander again jumped from pain, but the referee did not react, and then Mike began to throw powerful punches at the champion's head.
Evander Holyfield for the second time, and he's all out for.
I saw that one. That was right clear. It's a miracle he didn't get bit back.
I'll tell you what, this is unbelievable.
Shocked, Evander refused to go out for the next round. Lane examined his bloody ears, noticed the teeth marks, and decided to disqualify Tyson. After that, rage came over the scandalous boxer with renewed vigor. He rushed to Holyfield, seeking to finally get rid of him. Mike, who was beating all around, with great difficulty stopped 24 guards.
Trying to get at Holyfield again, I believe. It is complete bedlam, and Tyson is just taking swipes at anybody in front of him.
Now immediately you stopped. You stopped fighting immediately right there, and you turned to Mills Lane and you said what? And the result was he did nothing. But what did you say to Mills right at that time?
I don't remember what I said. I told him that he butted me, but I know I complained about being butted, and we complained about the first fight. Listen, Holyfield is not the tough warrior everyone says he is. He got little nicks on his there, and he quit. I got an eye. I got one eye. I got one eye. He's not impaired. He got ears. I got one eye. Big deal. If he take one, I got another one. I'm ready to fight. He didn't want to fight. I'm ready to fight him right now.
Mills Lane stopped the fight. It wasn't Holyfield who stopped.
Oh, he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight.
Let me ask.
We don't know what Mills did. Don't put nothing on Mills.
Well, Mills said he stopped the fight. You bit him. Was that a retaliation for the eye when you bit him in his ear?
Regardless of what I did, he butted me for 2 fights.
But you got to address it, Mike.
I did address it. I addressed it in the ring.
Why did you do that, though, Mike? I mean, was that the proper response?
Look at me. I got to go home and my kids are going to be scared of me. Look at me, man.
What are you going to do now?
Despite the crumpled ending, the Tyson-Holyfield rematch was recognized as the event of the year. And now, I want to tell you about the boxer who inspired Iron Mike to enter the ring. More precisely about his noble deed, after which he began to be called the legendary boxer. In 1972, Muhammad Ali fought against undefeated Jerry Quarry. He was on a 6-fight winning streak at the time. Muhammad was at the peak of his career and was technically beating his opponent, taking round after round, winning his opponent in his favorite style.
He is punishing with 1 minute to go. Quarry beyond all possible endurance. Quarry doing his best to fight back. Quarry driven to retaliate.
By the 7th round, Jerry was already extremely exhausted, and it was obvious that he was psychologically broken, because nothing he did in this fight. But instead of finishing his already weak opponent, Muhammad stopped as soon as he felt that he was starting to stagger.
And he's got a family, he's got children, and I just can't. James Ellis, I can't see myself with a man on the ropes and just to prove how bad I am, and I see I got him, his eyes in his head, he's helpless, and I'm just deliberately hitting him. I don't do that.
I say Ali used to float like a butterfly, he used to sting like a bee, but when he fight Larry Holmes, he'll fall in round 3.
On October 2nd, 1980, 38-year-old Muhammad Ali holds one of the last fights of his career with his former sparring partner, Larry Holmes. At the time, he dreamed of setting a record and becoming the first 4-time heavyweight champion. Throughout the fight, a helpless and already ailing Muhammad would lose. At this moment, on the other side of America, a 14-year-old boy is watching the drama intently on TV. With tears on his face, he repeats the same phrase, "I will avenge you." Mike then made a promise to himself to avenge his idol. In 1987, Tyson's promoter Don King organized a dream match with former WBC and IBF heavyweight champion Larry Holmes. Before entering the ring, Muhammad Ali approached Tyson and told him, "Get him for me." The boxing world had never seen such a motivated Tyson. Even for his first title fight, Mike didn't come out with that kind of attitude. He carried all the resentment and anger through the years and was determined to take down Holmes. Already from the first seconds of the fight, Larry realized what situation he was in, and he just had to survive.
Larry had over 20 title defenses, but he was scared. Now the young guy is facing him down. I'm a huge fan of Larry Holmes, but this isn't the Larry Holmes that I want to remember. Michael Tyson's legacy is in front of him. It remains to be seen what greatness he may achieve.
In the 4th round, with a powerful right straight, Tyson put Holmes on the floor, and that was the beginning of the end.
Larry Holmes, for one of the few times in his career, boy, oh boy, look at that. He was knocked down by Ernie.
With great difficulty, Larry got up and continued the fight. But immediately furious, Mike attacked his opponent, and with a few swinging side kicks, he got another knockdown. Holmes got up this time, but it would have been better if he hadn't.
Down rule, but Larry's in a heap of trouble here. His legs out there, he takes the standing 8 count. It's almost academic now. Mike spills the blood. He senses the kill. He comes in for it. Larry's trying to hold him off. There's too much time left in the 4th round. The end of a great career is imminent. Larry holds his legs at jelly. There's lightning in the fist. Big right hand, followed up by the left hook. Lightning in the fist of Tyson. Straight left hand. Face that one, getting in position. Mike showing patience to get set for the big shot.
Tyson continued beating the former world champion. Larry took all the blows and did not respond to them. And Tyson's trademark right side kick put the end to this confrontation.
There with the left hand, the right hand. Digs to the body, goes to tall right hand. Gets split with a big right hand. He won't get up from this one. It's all over.
Holmes collapsed on the floor and did not even make any attempts to get up on his feet. The once legendary champion was simply destroyed in the ring. Tyson kept all his promises and in front of Muhammad Ali gave his offender a real beating. Mike became the first to knock out Larry Holmes, and he did it by declassifying the former world champion. Buster promised his mom he'd win the fight against the undefeated Mike Tyson. But 23 days before the fight, his mother died. In 1990, Buster Douglas went up against Mike Tyson for the world title. The odds were 40-1 in Tyson's favor. Tyson saw no threat in his opponent at all and later claimed that he had hardly prepared for the fight. Douglas, on the contrary, was in great shape and with the best psychological attitude in his career. The champion was slow in this fight, moving his head little and ducking.
Tyson tagged him yet with a big blow. Look at them as they exchange here in round 1. Oh, that right hand actually caught Mike. Mike may have taken it on the glove there, but Buster is here to fight.
At the end of the 8th round, Tyson landed a right uppercut to the jaw, sending Douglas to a knockdown.
By Mike Tyson, that's one of the few uppercuts he's landed in the fight. We've been looking for that all night. Oh, that's a nice uppercut that time. It drops Buster Douglas. The count's up to 2 and 3 and 4. His eyes from where I'm sitting look fairly clear.
At the count of 8, Douglas was still on the floor. At the count of 9, he got up and the referee allowed him to continue the fight. In round 9, the roles reversed and the severe fatigue of Mike Tyson became apparent, helped along by Douglas. Midway through the 10th round, Douglas landed a right uppercut to the jaw and then a combination left cross, right and left cross again.
Look at this! He's knocked Mike Tyson down for the first time in his career! Mike Tyson hits the canvas! He's in big trouble! He may not be able to recover! It's up to 7 and 8! He's not gonna make it! Unbelievable! 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 Buster Douglas is the new heavyweight champion of the world!
Buster Douglas kept his promise to his mother. He became the first to knock out Iron Mike. If you have any other interesting stories from the world of boxing, feel free to share them in the comments. I will be glad to discuss them together with you. And also, if you liked the video, put a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.